So let's start performing next topic. Please write down, my dear student. Magnetic field due to an current carrying circular arc or coil. Magnetic field due to current carrying circular coil on its axis. Magnetic field due to current carrying circular coil on its axis. Magnetic field due to current carrying magnetic field due to current carrying circular coil on its axis. Magnetic field due to current carrying circular coil on its axis. Very important derivation for your board exam. Magnetic field due to current carrying circular coil on its axis. Here is the topic. Magnetic field due to magnetic field due to current carrying circular coil on its axis. Magnetic field due to current carrying circular coil on its axis. Magnetic field due to current carrying circular coil on its axis. So see, my dear student, this is a current carrying circular coil. This is side view. Basically this view is side view. I am making the coil like this. I am making the coil like this. If we'll make it as front view, so it will becomes a circular loop. I am making this coil as side view. So let's suppose in this coil current is flowing in anti-clockwise direction. So let's suppose the coil has radius. The radius of coil is considered to be A, and axis of the coil means the line which is passing from the center of the coil. So this is our coil in which I current is flowing and a line is passing from the center of the coil. So we have to find magnetic field at point P, which is, let's suppose, x distance apart from the center of the coil, which is present on the axis of the coil. Please write down the definition of axis of coil. So write down the definition of axis of coil. Axis of coil means the line which is passing from the center of the coil. The line which is passing from the center of the coil is called axis of the coil. So please write down consideration. Consider a coil. Please write down. Consider a coil of radius A. Consider a coil of radius A in which I current is flowing. Full stop. Write down next point, dear student. We have to find magnetic field. We have to find magnetic field at point P. We have to find magnetic field at point P, which is x distance apart, from the center of the coil, So see, my dear student, this is a coil whose radius is A, and in this coil I current is flowing. We want to find magnetic field at this point P, which is x distance apart from the center of the coil. Now see, in coil the current is flowing in anti-clockwise direction. So as we all know, we are here applying Biot-Savart's law, and Biot-Savart's law cannot find the value of magnetic field due to hole conductor. So first of all, we have to consider a small length in this coil which carry current I. So current and that small length is considered to be current element. So I am considering here small length, that is dl. In this small length I current is flowing. I hope you are understanding. So here we have a small length dl in which I current is flowing. So according to situation, the current element is nothing but IDL. The current element is nothing but IDL. Now see, as we all know, the direction of magnetic field due to current carrying circular loop is found by right hand screw rule, in which we have to curl our right hand finger in the direction of current. We will get the direction of magnetic field. Similarly, my dear student, if you all are aware with the formula of Biot-Savart law in vector form, it is nothing but dB vector is equals to IDL vector cross R vector upon R cube. This is the vector form of Biot-Savart law. With the help of right hand screw rule, we'll get the direction of magnetic field according to this relation. Now see, we have current element IDL, we have R vector, that is distance from point P. So let's suppose this is the distance from current element to point P where we want to find magnetic field. So let's suppose this angle is theta, this is x, this is a. So this distance becomes equals to under root a square plus x square. Now see, my dear student, this is nothing but R vector, this is nothing but R vector, and this is IDL. So we all aware that IDL, the direction of current element, is always considered with tangent. So if this is this circular loop is like this, my dear student, remember, so IDL is in this direction and R is in this direction. So IDL to R, thumb goes this direction. So if you'll aware with the direction of magnetic field, process for finding direction of magnetic field, then this law says IDL to R. You have to curl your right hand finger from IDL vector to R vector. Thumb can give the direction of magnetic field. So see, my dear student, IDL is in this direction, R is in this direction. So thumbs going this side. So due to this current element, as we all know, this is basically small element. So direction of magnetic field must be like this. This is basically dB vector. I am repeating once again, IDL to R, IDL to R, thumb can give the direction of magnetic field. So due to this current element at point P, the direction of magnetic field must be like this. So moving forward, if this angle is theta, my dear student, then this angle also be theta. Now as we all know, magnetic field is a vector quantity and magnetic field is making angle theta. So we have to split its component. So this dB is making angle theta with this axis. So along this axis we can write dB cos theta, and along this axis we can write dB sin theta. Now just try to understand each and every concept. See, theta, we know the formula of magnetic field. According to Biot-Savart law, it is dB is equals to mu naught upon 4 pi IDL sin theta upon R square. This is the value of magnetic field according to Biot-Savart's law. Now see, theta is angle between IDL and R. So this is R and this is magnetic field. So this angle must be 90 degree. So here theta becomes 90 degree and the value of R is under root a square plus x square. This is the value of R. Now see, my dear student, here we'll put the value of R here. So dB becomes equals to mu naught upon 4 pi IDL sin 90 over under root a square plus x square and its square and root get cancelled, so dB becomes equals to mu naught upon 4 pi I dl sin 90 is 1, so a square plus x square. This is the magnitude of magnetic field at point P, which is present on the axis of the circular arc, or we can say circular loop. Now see, at point P we have a magnetic field in two different directions. One is along positive x-axis and another is along positive y-axis. So just to identify which component is effective component, we'll take same configuration diametrically opposite to this point. So I'm writing here for identifying the effective component of magnetic field, effective component of magnetic field we will take same configuration diametrically opposite position. So I am taking same configuration, diametrically opposite position. So if radius is a, then this distance is also b. This is dl, so this becomes also dl, and in this dl current is I, so current element is idl. Now see, if this angle is theta, then this angle is also theta. So again right angle triangle forms. This is x, this is a, this is theta, so this becomes equals to a square plus x square. Now see, the direction of magnetic field at point P can find by curling our right hand finger in from IDL to R. So this is basically IDL to R. So that IDL to R, so direction of magnetic field must be downward. So I'll make the direction of magnetic field like this. Now see, if this angle is theta, then this angle is also be theta. Now break the components. As magnetic field is a vector quantity, so we have to split its component, and we all aware that any vector quantity carry two components. One is cos, another is sine. Cos component must lies along that axis from where angle forms. So from this line angle forms, so we can write here dB cos theta, here dB sin theta. Now see my dear student, magnetic field remains same due to this element as well as due to this element, because every configuration is same. So it means dB cos theta positive, dB sin theta negative. So dB cos theta and dB cos theta get cancelled. So the effective component of magnetic field, effective component of magnetic field at point P must be dB effective is equals to dB sin theta. Now we all know the value of dB because dB will be same for all configuration. So let's find put the value. So it is dB effective becomes equals to, the value of dB is mu naught upon 4 pi I dl over a square plus x square into sin theta. Now we'll put the value of sin theta as well. So see, we have a right angle triangle. If you all are aware with the right angle triangle concept, then you will get the value of sin theta as well. So see, this is a right angle triangle. We know that Pandit Badri Prasad, Har Har Bhole, Sona Chandi Tole, sin theta must be perpendicular upon hypotenuse. So dB effective is equals to mu naught upon 4 pi then I dl over a square plus x square into sin theta is perpendicular upon hypotenuse. Now see my dear student, perpendicular is a and hypotenuse is under root a square plus x square. So dB effective becomes equals to mu naught upon 4 pi I dl over a square plus x square multiply a divided by a square plus x square. Now I'll remove under root and put power half. So what we'll get, dB effective becomes equals to mu naught upon 4 pi IDL over a square plus x square multiply a divided by a square plus x square power half. Now see, base same, power must be added. So 1 plus 1 by 2 is 3 by 2. So dB effective becomes equals to mu naught I dl a upon 4 pi a square plus x square raised to the power 3 by 2. This is the value of magnetic field on point P, which is present on the axis of current carrying circular loop. Now this is basically due to small element. We want to find magnetic field due to whole current carrying circular loop or at point P, which is present on the axis of circular loop. So we all know, my dear student, we have to integrate this. So write down, for net magnetic field at point P, 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 integrating both side. I have to integrate both side. So integration of dB effective is equals to integration of mu naught I a dl over 4 pi a square plus x square raised to the power 3 by 2. So we all know that the integration of dB effective is nothing but B effective. So instead of dB effective we can write B effective. So B effective becomes equals to mu naught is constant, I is constant, radius is constant, 4 pi is constant, a square plus x square raised to power 3 by 2 is constant, dl. So integration of dl is L, mu naught I by 4 pi a square plus x square power 3 by 2. Integration of dl is nothing but, my dear student, L. So L is basically nothing but length of the circular loop. It will must equal to circumference. So 2 pi r means 2 pi a. So B effective becomes equals to mu naught I by 4 pi a square plus x square raised to the power 3 by 2 multiply 2 pi a, pi get cancelled, 2 ones are 2, 2 twos are 4. So B effective becomes equals to, write it down, the value of B effective is, so I am rubbing each and every part of the board. I hope you all understand. Similar derivation will be performed by us in electric field as well, my dear student. So I hope you all are, revised that concept as well. So B effective becomes equals to mu naught I, A and A, it is A square divided by 2 A square plus x square raised to the power 3 by 2. This is the value of magnetic field due to current carrying circular loop on its axis. Now let's find the value of magnetic field at the center of current carrying circular loop. So write down, magnetic field at the center of circular loop. So if I am talking about center, then point P lies on center. So if point P lies on center, then the value of x becomes equals to 0. So it will be B effective is equals to mu naught I a square over 2 a square. The value of x becomes 0. 2 get cancelled. So B effective is equals to mu naught I a square upon 2a cube. This will be cancelled. So B effective becomes equals to mu naught I by 2a square. This is, I'm sorry, 2a. This is the value of magnetic field due to current carrying circular loop on its, dear student, axis. So please write down, then we'll move forward. I hope you all understand. Remember, on the axis from the center x distance apart, the value of magnetic field will be mu naught I a square upon 2 a square plus x square raised to the power 3 by 2. Now see the direction of magnetic field. Write down, direction of magnetic field due to current carrying circular loop, direction of magnetic field due to current carrying circular loop on its axis, direction of magnetic field due to current carrying circular loop on its axis, direction of magnetic field due to current carrying circular loop on its axis. Now see my dear student, this is the loop and the current is flowing anti-clockwise direction. This is the axis of loop, radius of loop is A, and at distance x we are finding magnetic field at point P, which is x distance apart from the center of loop. So see my dear student, cos component get cancelled, only sine component was there. So the direction of magnetic field, if the current is anti-clockwise, then the direction of magnetic field is away from the center. I'll write here, if current in loop is anti-clockwise, then the direction of magnetic field is away from the center. If current in loop is anti-clockwise, then the direction of magnetic field is away from the center. Similarly, if the current is clockwise, if the current is, my dear student, clockwise, this is A radius, this is the axis of loop, this is first case, this is our second case. So this is O, x distance apart at point P. If current is clockwise, then the direction of magnetic field on the axis of ring is towards the center. So I am writing here, if current in loop is clockwise, please understand the direction, because in magnetic field direction is very important. So if current in loop is clockwise, then the direction of magnetic field is towards the center of loop, towards the center of loop. So remember this thing, my dear student, the value of magnetic field is due to current carrying circular loop on its axis will get. Now we'll discuss the direction. So direction, if current is anti-clockwise, then the direction of magnetic field is away from the center of the loop, and if current is clockwise, then the direction of magnetic field is always towards the center of the loop. I hope you all understand. Moving forward, let's discuss new concept, or we can say new question. So write down the new concept, or we can say new question. So the question is, find the value of magnetic field, find the value of magnetic field, find the value of magnetic field, find the value of magnetic field at the center, at the center, at the center O, due to the given, due to the given structure, due to the given structure, due to the given structure, due to the given structure. So the structure is look like this. See my dear student, the structure is look like this. Radius of this part is B and radius of this part is A, and current is flowing in this structure. Let the current which is flowing in the structure is I. So I current is flowing and we want to find magnetic field at point O. Just try to think how to solve this question. Please try to understand the question. We have the following structure. We want to find magnetic field at point O due to this structure. First of all, my dear student, just try to understand one thing. We have a wire. Let's suppose we have a wire like this. We have a wire like this. In this wire, current I is flowing. Let's suppose I am taking the current element here. It is DL, and in this wire I current is flowing. So we know Biot-Savart's law is dB is equals to mu naught upon 4 pi IDL sin theta over R square. This is the formula of Biot-Savart's law. Now see, the theta is angle between current element and the distance where we want to find magnetic field. Let's suppose, my dear student, point P like this lies on wire. If P lies on wire, so if P lies on wire, then the angle between current element and point P, that is theta, is 0, because point P lies itself on wire. So if angle between current element and point P where we want to find magnetic field is 0, in that case dB becomes equals to mu naught upon 4 pi IDL sin 0 over R square. Sin 0 is 0, so magnetic field becomes equals to 0. So what it implies? It implies magnetic field on the axis of wire, or we can say magnetic field itself on wire is 0. Remember this thing, magnetic field on the axis of wire. Axis of wire means the line which passes from the wire, or we can say the line which is passing over from the wire is called axis of the wire. So my dear student, if point P lies itself on wire, then theta becomes equals to 0, and remember, itself on wire, the magnetic field is always considered to be 0. Now come to this question. So basically, my dear student, try to understand the question. We want to find magnetic field at the center of this, or we can say at point O. See, here we have two plain wires. See, this is one plain wire and this is also a plain wire, my dear student. Try to understand the concept of for solving these types of question. This is a plain wire. This is also a plain wire. In this wire current is I, in this wire as well current is I. This is basically semicircular arc. This is 1/4 part of arc. So basically this is one structure, this is another structure, this is another structure, and this is another structure. I hope you all are understanding. See, basically this is considered to be straight wire. This is also considered to be straight wire. This is considered to be circular arc. This is also considered to be circular arc. This is semicircular arc, and this arc is basically 1/4 part of the circle. I hope you all are understanding. So just try to solve this question. If I am taking this wire, so the axis of this wire is passing from the point where we want to find magnetic field. Right now I'll explain you, if you want to find magnetic field itself on the axis of wire, then due to that wire, the magnetic field is considered to be 0. So my dear students, see, this wire is basically, the axis of this wire is passing that point where we want to find magnetic field. So magnetic field due to this wire is 0. Similarly, this wire axis is also passing from that point where we want to find magnetic field. So magnetic field due to this wire is also 0. I am repeating once again. Please try to understand. This is one structure, semicircular arc. This is 1/4 part of arc. This is a wire. This is also a wire. as we all know, remember one thing, if the axis of wire is passing from that point from where or we can say where we want to find magnetic field, if the axis of the wire is passing to that point, then for that, in that case, the value of magnetic field is considered to be 0. Remember this thing. So due to this wire, magnetic field is 0. Due to this wire, magnetic field is again 0. So see, this is a arc, this is an arc. Now we have to find magnetic field only due to these two arcs. So please try to understand. For this arc, my dear student, the angle must be 270 degree. I hope you all are understanding. I hope you all are understanding, because this is 1/4 part of arc. Basically this structure is like this. I'm not making this structure so familiar. So this angle must be 90 degree. So if this is 90, then this must be 270 degree. And theta, if 270, we can write it as 3 pi by 2. 3 pi by 2. Now see, the direction of magnetic field due to this part of arc, this is considered to be arc, this is also considered to be arc. So see, due to this arc, the value of the direction of magnetic field at point O is inside. Similarly, due to this arc as well, the direction of magnetic field is inside, because we know that the direction of magnetic field due to semicircular arc or arc is finding by right hand screw rule, in which we have to curl our right hand finger in the direction of current. Thumb can give the direction of magnetic field. So my dear students, see, thumb is inside, similarly thumb is inside. Now apply the formula of magnetic field due to arc by putting the values. I am waiting for your answer. Please try to find the answer by your own. The radius of this arc is A and the radius of this arc is B, my dear student. So let's find the formula for finding the magnetic field due to arc is mu naught I by 2 r theta by 2 pi. Mu naught I by 2 r into theta by 2 pi. So r is radius. We'll find due to this a radius arc, it is mu naught I by 2a multiply 3 pi by 2, because 270 degree, 3 pi by 2 into 2 pi. So pi get cancelled. So we'll get magnetic field due to a radius arc. It is mu naught I by 2a 3 by 4. So we can write due to a radius 3 mu naught I by 8a. And the direction of magnetic field due to this arc is inside. Similarly, find out the value of this arc, magnetic field due to this arc. For due to this arc, magnetic field is again inside. So we can write magnetic field due to B radius arc mu naught I by 2b, because radius is B, into theta by 2 pi. Theta by 2 pi. So here theta is 90 degree. 90 can be write as pi by 2. So in this situation, theta is nothing but pi by 2. So magnetic field due to B radius, it is mu naught I by 2b multiply theta is pi by 2 multiply 2 pi. Pi get cancelled, 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8. So it becomes equals to mu naught I by 4 and 8b, and its direction is again inside. Now we'll get the net magnetic field. So we'll add both magnetic field, because both the magnetic field due to both the structure, magnetic field at point O is inside. So net magnetic field becomes equals to B net is equals to, I'll write here, magnetic field due to A radius of arc, magnetic field due to B radius of arc. So B net becomes equals to 3 mu naught I upon 8a plus mu naught I upon 8b. So B net becomes equals to mu naught I by 8 is taking common. So from here what we'll get, 3 by a plus 1 by b and net magnetic field must be inside. This is the value of magnetic field due to the given structure. I hope you all understand the concept as well, my dear students. Moving forward, please write down next question. A long wire having a semicircular loop. Write down next question. A long wire has a semicircular loop. I hope you all are understanding. Chapter is very easy. If you are aware with first chapter, then you are feel quite comfortable when you will deal these types of numerical, because remember the direction of magnetic field is important. Rest everything is on formula. Basically the chapter is depend on formula. So please write down. A long wire having a semicircular loop. A long wire having a semicircular loop of radius small r, carry a current I, as shown in figure. Find the magnetic field due to entire wire. Find the magnetic field due to entire wire at the point P. Due to entire wire at the point P. Now see, this is the structure which is given. So this is the structure which is given. I am making again. I current is flowing in this structure, my dear student. They are saying this is basically a semicircular wire whose radius is small r. They want to find magnetic field at point O due to this structure in which I current is flowing. So see, this is basically a wire, this is a wire, this is a semicircular arc. So my dear student, as I already discussed that, let's say this will be first structure, this is to be second structure, and this is to be third structure. So if first structure is there, now see the axis of this first structure, which is considered to be straight line, is passing over that point where we want to find magnetic field. If the axis which is passing, if the axis of wire is passing from that point where we want to find magnetic field, then due to that wire the value of magnetic field becomes equals to 0. So B1 becomes equals to 0. Moving forward, let's discuss about third wire. So third wire axis is also passing from the point where we want to find magnetic field. So due to third wire as well, my dear student, magnetic field is also to be 0. I hope you all are understanding. Now see, this is considered to be semicircular arc. If it is a semicircular arc, then its angle must be, my dear student, I hope you all are understanding, its angle must be pi by 2. Please try to find by your own. Please try to find by your own. I am giving you short of time. This is basically semicircular arc. So if this is a semicircular arc, then see its angle must be like this. It is 180 degree, my dear student. 180 degree. So if it is 180 degree, then it can be write as pi by pi. So magnetic field due to arc is mu naught I by 2r theta by 2 pi. So if this is 180 degree, it can be write as pi. So magnetic field due to arc is equals to mu naught I by 2r, theta is pi upon 2 pi, pi and pi get cancelled. So magnetic field due to arc can be write as mu naught I by 2 to the 4, so 4r. This is the value of magnetic field. Now check the direction. Direction is inside, so it must be cross. So we can write net magnetic field is magnetic field due to wire 1, wire 2 and arc. Wire n when wire 2 is 0 plus 0 plus mu naught I upon 4r. So B net becomes equals to mu naught I upon 4r. This is the value of magnetic field at point O. I hope you all are understand this question as well. So moving forward, my dear student, let's discuss next question. Please write down next question. The next question is, Figure shows a current loop. Figure shows a current loop. Figure shows a current loop having two circular segment. Figure shows a current loop having two circular segments and joined by two radial lines. Find the magnetic field at the center O. 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 So see what is the segment given. The segment is look like this. So this is basically the segment which is given. This angle is also given. This is alpha, and in this segment current is flowing like this. The value of current which is flowing is I, and this is the point O where we want to find magnetic field. PQRS is given. So P, Q, R and S. The radius of this part is B and the radius of inner part is A. So this is B and this is A. Please try to solve. I'll give you 1 minute, then I'll solve it. Please try to solve by your own. Basically, this structure have 4 different structures. One is plain wire. This is also plain wire. This is an arc. This is also an arc. So as I already tell you, my dear student, if axis of the straight wire is passing across that point where we want to find magnetic field, due to that wire, the value of magnetic field becomes equals to 0. So due to this wire, the value of magnetic field is 0. Similarly, due to this wire as well, the value of magnetic field is 0, because both the wires axis is passing over that point where we want to find magnetic field. So due to this wire, magnetic field is 0. Due to this wire as well, magnetic field is 0. Now we have this arc and this arc. Please try to solve the question, my dear student. Angle subtended by an arc is alpha. Angle subtended by arc on both the case is alpha, but radius is different. Now see. So magnetic field due to an arc is nothing but mu naught I by 2a theta by 2 pi. Mu naught I by 2a theta by 2 pi. A is basically radius. So I'll write here R. So see, both the arc is subtending angle alpha. So I'm considering this arc to be first and this arc to be second. So magnetic field due to this arc is B1. So B1 becomes equals to mu naught I upon 2. Radius of this arc is A. Theta means angle subtended by arc. It is alpha. So alpha by 2 pi. This is the value of magnetic field due to this arc whose radius is A. Now check it out. The direction is find by right hand screw rule. We have to curl our right hand finger in the direction of current. Thumb can give the direction of magnetic field. So see, this is the direction of current. Thumbs comes outside. So due to this arc, magnetic field is away. So I'll write as dot. Moving forward, let's discuss about B radius arc whose magnetic field is considered to be 2. So mu naught I upon 2. Radius is B. So 2b. Alpha is angle and 2 pi. Now see, the direction of magnetic field due to this arc, as curl your right hand finger in the direction of current, thumb can give you the direction of magnetic field. So curling, thumb goes inside. So now we'll write as cross. So B net is nothing but bigger magnetic field minus smaller magnetic field. bigger magnetic field must be, my dear student, of A radius, because denominator is less, if this is basically less compared to B, so bigger minus smaller, so we can write B1 minus B2, so this will be B net becomes equals to mu naught I by 2A alpha by 2 pi minus mu naught I by 2B alpha by 2 pi. So take common the terms mu naught I alpha by 2 pi get outside, 2 is also comes outside, so it will be 4. So here we left alpha by A, alpha comes also outside, so 1 by A minus 1 by B, rest all terms comes outside. So I hope you all understand this concept as well, my dear student. So please write it down, then we'll discuss next topic in your next class. Till then, my dear student, please practice more and more question, because magnetism is quite easy if you'll practice more questions. So thank you so much, my dear student. In next class, we'll discuss some more concepts, some more topics. Till then, make proper notes, go ahead with revision, make proper formula sheet as well of each and every chapter which will covered, so that when you will cover whole syllabus and come to revision, you will practice through that. So thank you so much. We'll meet in next class.